bless America.
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Cheating. Absolute cheating.
Disagree.
You should get that.
Let's go! My face, sir! Hello and welcome to Nickel City X-Wing. My name is Greg and I am joined by the one, the only, the Buddha of Booba. It is Andrew. What is up, my friend?
Howdy, folks. I'm here to help commentate, bring some positivity to Greg's fabulous stream.
That's right. That's right. Every time I'm negative, he's going to say something positive. He didn't know he was going to do that, but that's what we've got. We have got two big objective-based games for you tonight. These are Scenario Play Full 2.5, aka 3.0 rules. The first mission here tonight is a salvage mission between Tanner's CIS and Netter's Imperial. Andrew, have you played Salvage Mission?
I have. It is my favorite of all the scenarios.
It is Andrew's favorite scenario, and he's played it before. Basically, you take an action to tow a salvage, a crate, an objective here. If you take a crit or are forced to perform an advanced maneuver, or you can just drop it. Everyone that you have at the end of the round, you score a point. Yeah, he literally played it last week, but you know I don't remember that, Catherine. Syke saying, let's go planning phase syndicate. That's right. Tanner is part of the planning phase syndicate. You guys might notice that our objective markers are literal cans of Snapple. That is 1,000% on purpose and will forever be. That is a way to make objectives more appealing to me. Make them bottles of Snapple. Eight-bit deity says salvage seems like the wackiest of the four. I don't know. I don't really have any strong opinions on the wacky content of these yet.
I've heard from quite a few folks that salvage has been their favorite so far. Pretty consistent.
I do think salvage promotes, besides chance encounter, I don't even consider chance encounter a scenario, if we're being like real talk.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's probably the one that fosters more dogfights than the rest because of doing the crit makes them drop the objective point. So you're actually incentivized to shoot a little more than like assault at the satellite array or scrambled transmissions.
And I think it makes for even more interesting engagements because, you know, the satellite one, especially, you're kind of stuck being there and there's an incentive to stay by the satellite. Whereas this one, there's a good incentive. Like Grievous probably has a pretty good incentive to pick one up and run because he's Grievous, but chasing him is reasonable and worth your time.
Right.
Whereas
Grievous is our highest initiative out here too, so there's a lot of incentive for him to grab one and then just be outmaneuvering people. There's good incentive in this one to fight. This one isn't as I'm gonna say it, as egregious to me. Get it? As the others, just because shooting is highly encouraged in this one.
Yeah, and one of the interesting drafts here is who do you want to pick up the crates for you? And I think the answer is Grievous needs to get a crate and probably should get one round one, which probably won't happen. But Grievous can knock off the crits. He can run really well. And something we mentioned in setup here that's important, the HMPs can't slide slip with the crate. So you can't perform an advanced maneuver. If you do, you jettison it. A side slip is an advanced maneuver, so they can't slide slip to kind of get around while having a crate.
That is a great point. It kind of hampers the HMPs a little bit. This is not maybe a great list to run for salvage mission. Again, Tanner didn't know that. I didn't tell them I got the list and then told them their mission. So, you know, it's not like he was like, I think these will be good at this. And that's something you got to weigh in list building now, is maybe you don't play HMPs anymore because they're not good at maybe two out of the 4 objectives.
One thing I'm not sure about, if you advance mover, do you decide where it goes?
No. So whenever objective is jettisoned, you spawn the range 1 bubble, and your opponent places it inside that range 1 bubble.
Right. And that's fun. So I cuts out my first thought, which was, can you double slide slip 2 together, jettison it towards yourself, and pick it back up? That'll probably be a lot harder to do.
Yeah, you can't do that per se. I think that's a good rule they put in there, letting your opponent be the one to.
Will a 1, if you side slip 1 with the crate, will a 1 forward take you out of range of the crate? That's something I probably have to put on the table and figure out. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. What happens if you fly off the board with a crate? You know what? That's not answered in the scenario. They never. Looks like we're going. This is turn 1. We are keeping track of time just for data purposes. But this is a 12-round game. I've yet to see one of these objective games go a full 12 rounds. But you know what? Every game's different, and this might be the first. And looks like we're going to get a scenario point capture here. And a 4 straight from... Why does Sammy mess with the colors? You guys have no idea how annoying it is when you guys mess with the colors. Set this all up beforehand. Trying to have like nice things. Netter claiming another objective. And a third one. So this is guaranteed to be an early points lead for these Inquisitors. Barrel roll and a link into a focus. Inquisitors do not care about stress. Inquisitors are going to be very good. V1s in general are going to be very good. You have to pick this up, right? You can't go down.
You have to
score
pick it up. Yeah.
You have to score 2.
Grievous is really gonna have to put himself out there to get this crate, because he needs to get it. And I mean, your HMPs will come in, but it's good. You could take a lot of shots his next turn. Ooh.
Oh, this is gonna be a foresight trigger right away. And that'll go for 1. Yours will get 2. Believe in you, Tanner. Oof. That's an early shield on Grievous. Now Grievous should get an action, and Grievous will capture the objective. I'm sure he'd like to focus here, but I mean, you kind of have to at this point. You can't fall behind too far. You fall behind this early, it's impossible to catch up.
Yeah, you can't afford to not grab those 2 objectives on your side that first turn.
Grievous first shot, range 3 to the Inquisitor. This is going to be your classic 3v4. In the box, you heathens. Can you believe this, Andrew? The disrespect from Planning Phase Syndicate.
I mean, he marked off the right shield token, so you got to be appreciative of that.
Plenty of evades. Looks like the Inquisitor will get their primary shot back, and they're going to use Foresight again. Smart move. Denies the extra dice, gets the free conversion. One hit. Grievous looking for anything. Gets it. So we're going to leave betting open for the next movement phase, but then get your shit in. This is going to be 3 points to 2 at the end of the phase. Netter taking the early lead. And now the clock's on, right? The clock's on for Tanner here because in 6 turns, Netter wins. Matthew Carey, the hare himself. Guys, if you have never had the chance to meet Matt Carey, I highly suggest you do. Great guy. I do fawn over his hair because it is glorious, but he is also a great guy. We met him at LVO. Andrew, you met him.
We had a fabulous dinner together.
Yeah, we had a glorious dinner. Matt, I don't do we Matt, where are you from? Also, Psionic Rain, are you here? Hey, Matt's from St. Louis. So are you going to Adepticon? And Psionic, I had a question about the like the lines that draw for placement on the objectives. Can you turn those off to like put them on your card for the scenario play, like salvage mission? You're supposed to put the objective, you're supposed to put it on your card. Are you able to do that without getting the lines put out? Blackberry Jam Studios, welcome in. It is a new month, so the nickel economy has been reset. Just hang out and chat. You'll get those nickels. All right, Matt Carey's going to Adepticon. Let's go. Johnny Ray! What's up, buddy? Sonic says, not sure. That might be something we need to look into. Maybe like a disable button on that. Then, so for salvage mission especially, the game literally says you put the objective on the card, and you don't want the lines obviously interfering with your game. So maybe that's something I'll talk to Flipster about after I do a little bit of testing to make sure. It might actually be in there. You might be able to right click it and turn it off. I don't know. Weird looking at 5-Site Inquisitor and thinking it might be below the power curve. I think it's really good. Just because Inquisitors are so good, or not Inquisitors, V1s are just so good. Anything with 3 agility that are fast is just going to be great at these scenarios, I think. Don't think so.
If you are Tanner here, Greg, do you run with Grievous or do you pull on in?
No, I think I'm trying to target blue. Oh, he used green road dice, so I have no idea who won the objective there. Well, I do. I see the thing. Samuel. Netter's got the objective again, so we enter turn 2. We should probably upgrade that. Turn 2. Put my blind faith in non-existent nickels on Netter. Fair enough. I just think like A-Wings, V1s, those are going to be such premium ships in this new X-Wing. Do we get locks here is my question.
I think any chance to use those missiles to pop off the crates is probably a good call.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like purple was out of range 3 of... Wow, okay. Are we sure?
That doesn't sound right. No, I mean, if he can foresight him, he should have been in range.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Can you
trying
pop
to beat that
range? Can you
Brawl.
just pop
Yeah.
range 3 from the Geonosian?
Yeah,
That
just in
seems
case.
wrong for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Something's broken there from the dark ones. I'll tell
Okay, well-
Psionic about that.
I feel
So-
better then, because I was like, there should be no
Yeah.
way that you get that.
It makes no sense that you get Foresight with that much room and not the thing. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take it.
So Psionic bug report. I think dark ones might be a little broke. This is going to be a Foresight into green though. That'll go for 2 hits. And green does have the calc if he wants to spend it. I think you do here because you still get your action. Yeah, and he spends it to take 1 on green. Green also has Kraken, so it's pretty important that you keep green around as much as you can. Matthew Carey says, very true. Having passive mods to collect objectives and being super evasive and fast is very good. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, having the Force as well is super, super good in this mode because mods, A, at range 0 mods, and B, defensive mods, even when you grab objectives, is always going to be great. There's an evade from blue. Grievous has a chance here. If Grievous went like 2 forward, the barrel roll into focus. And it looks like he's going all in on Grievous, Andrew.
That seems like the right call, especially if you're just facing him. He's gonna get caught in some of those Foresight shots.
Absolutely.
I agree. This is a pretty reasonably easy chance of just popping off the procket here, though. As long as he doesn't bump.
So if you're red, I think you just take this opportunity to lock pink, right?
Yeah, because you're gonna want to come around and get your missiles off on pink. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what Grievous did. 2 forward. This is going to be a lot of Foresights. Or, well, at least 1. Blue's going to get the Foresight on Grievous. I'm going to close betting. That is hit crit into Greavy. Greavy will take their last shield. And now Grievous just barrel rolls focuses, right?
Yeah, well that.
Will, go ahead.
Yeah, it'll drop off. Yeah. Great.
Oh, that's right. Oh no, the points.
It's not even the points. It's he's gonna take a bunch of turns to be able to get back to that area to try to get that crate off again.
Oh, Grievous still should get an action, right?
Yeah, he should still get off that procket here.
He could pick up the crate again if he wanted to.
Yeah, but I don't think you're. You know, you may not be long for this world, and if you can get a couple of damage off on one of these Inquisitors,
I think you barrel. I think the barrel roll focus.
barrel
is
focus,
absolutely the
yeah,
play,
yeah. Will you get the Foresight if you barrel roll in? I don't think so, right? I'm not positive.
No, Foresight doesn't trigger off barrel rolls. I don't. You got a barrel roll here, right? You have to try and barrel roll. At least give yourself some room.
You really got a procket here. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, yeah. Well, he does have the procket, so I guess that's what he was waiting for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Grievous procket time. that's me banning everybody. Not bad! Not bad! Spend it. Spend it, you coward.
Do it. Do it.
Yes! Violence! Love it! Of course. I hate Inquisitors. 2 shields. There's just no justice in the world with Inquisitors.
No. No justice with 3 dice. Gets an evade, no half points.
Yeah. So the Inquisitors should get their shots now. This is going to be range 3. Shooter, those are V1. I think they're like Babylon 5 V1. Grievous, range 3. 3 evades. Let's go, Grievous. Range 3 from Gray. You never watched Babylon 5. Netter again, just rolling the fire. A Grievous answering the bell. Is range 1. Is it a foresight, or does he take the extra die knowing he has no mods here? That's a choice.
The dice is better.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? We can. I got the thing. Let's figure it out.
Maybe is this? Okay, you can only mod 1, so the single dice will be better.
And that is a hit into Grievous. And he got 2 hits on all of those. He didn't roll a single blank. Just leave it at 1? Oh, I guess he wants some defensive mods here. Alright, the replies. Alright. Hit crit coming into the Inquisitor. And that Inquisitor still has a force, so won't be forced to drop it. Why is it showing half points for Tanner on the Inquisitor? Because TTO has not updated yet to not do that. That's the simple answer. You guys got to remember that all these developers have lives of their own and stuff too, so we're a little spoiled because like Yasby and Launch Bay like update so quickly, but that's just dedication from the developers, you know. Oh, just straight natties, and that's crit going through.
Yep.
I didn't see what type of missile this was.
The mag pulse. So that's one that guarantees the crit.
Oh, perfect. So that objective gets dropped. Oh, so maybe the line only shows up when it's being held. That's pretty neat. Oh no, that's still there. Oh, because it's illegal. It's not legal. Yeah, it's annoying. So Psionic, that's something we have to That's something we have to address, is we need to be able to turn it off. Yeah. I have faith. First iteration. What are you going to do? So that's a jam and a deplete, right?
That's correct. Yeah. If you hit with the mag pulse, you get 1 crit damage, a jam, and a deplete token. I like the build out of these HMPs. I don't know if it's going to get much use from the sync cannons, just because the way these objectives tend to kind of mash people together. But
Right.
we'll see.
Yellow. Yellow comes at us with also mag pulse, ion missiles as well. And that is what's going to be fired here, an ion missile, and I believe this is going into purple. Or not purple. Yeah, no, purple. That's a color. And reroll 2. 2 locks. And we'll spend 2.
There's interesting comment here from Will asking, is it me or do all 5 objectives always end up in the same place? Will, are you talking about at the beginning of the game or in the middle of the game?
Yeah, actually, I have that question as well, Will. Do you mean like eventually in this one, or like it's always kind of cornery? When you say, so he's talking about the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
I think
I think
the valid areas to set them is so like not big, it almost forces you to put it in the same spot.
So I think it's bigger than you think vertically on the board. So towards you and your opponent, it's closer. And I think that's the big choice is, do you want the objectives to be close to the center combat zone or far away? And that depends on your matchup and your lists. And I think it's something we're probably not thinking about. So if you have 7 A-Wings, you probably want to spread them out as much as possible so it costs more to get to the objective. But if you're flying slower, beefier B-Wings, you might want to pull them in. But at some point, there's...
Well, I think you
question-
probably want to place the one in your zone close to you, and then the one in their zone as far to you as close as possible. Like,
Right.
probably
That's
what
what
you're
I'm
trying to do. Yeah.
Is there's the one on your side and the one on your opponent's side, and you may want to scoot theirs in close and keep yours in the pocket.
So Netter gained 2 points there. And again, Tanner falls behind, only gaining 1. This is a 5-3 game as we enter the 3rd round. And I know it says Tanner has 5 points. There's just nothing I can do about that right now. Just with TTO. But this is a 5-3 game. I could lower his scenario points to make it right, but I also want to keep track of how many points in a game are scored via objective, how many are scored via ship points, because I have a current working theory that too many points are being scored with objectives and not enough points are being scored with ships.
And I think
Go ahead. Sorry.
to start in this game, it feels like maybe not the best choice to leave Grievous on his own, which, it used to be certainly he was independent. But here, if he is grabbing a crate, he is, target priority number 1. And your HMPs just can't quite move fast enough to save him or to grab a crate that he drops.
Yeah, this is interesting because it feels like the sloop is the turn here for Grievous. But
Yeah,
I
I
feel like Sammy can easily position his ships to counter that. But that also means turning your backs to these HMPs.
Yeah. I think your problem is you don't have a friend there by Grievous to pick up that crate, and that's your risk here. That if Netter
Yeah.
gets 4 of them, you're now real far behind.
Yeah, so blue is obviously going for that crate. Like, I think that's clear.
Yeah.
And
And
none
Tanner
of
will be able
these
to pick up the
HMPs
crate in front of him.
Yeah, I think so. I think you leave. I don't think you even care about that crate that was placed that you just lost. Like, you let Tanner get that one in the middle there because you're gonna have the 3-2 or advantage anyway.
Yeah. And the HMB will be, I know they have that full arc, but you're probably going straight to get that. The HMBs, I think, are really interesting here because they were only kind of ever flown in one way in the 2.0 world. And some of their biggest advantages, like the Dark One droids, you're not gonna get those early locks the same way you would, but they still
Yeah.
always have those mods. They can move really well, slowly but well, and they always have mods. So I think it will just be a trial and error of people need to figure out how to get them to be effective. I kind of want to see more, like maybe even concussion missiles here, just to cause some chaos in the scrum. Like flipping a bunch of cards is a pretty big threat if they have 5 or 6 ships in the list. Kind of hovering around in the middle.
Psionic, sure. Dave. You're gonna have to tell me how to send you the file, but I absolutely will. Candid Clarinetist, thank you so much for the resub. Sam, buddy, thank you. Also, I enjoyed your YouTube video. I'm like super into your card videos now. Like, I really look forward to when they get put out. Beautiful move by Green. I didn't think that was gonna fit.
Neither did I.
I think I agree with you. I don't think there's any value to Dark One probes anymore because the engagements happen. Every game's a joust now, so like the engagements are happening turn 1, turn 2. There's absolutely no value in them.
Unless you're pulling out that sneaky long range jam, but that's still a bunch of points to drop into a jam. Plus, the costing on those scimitars is not. You don't want to spend your action to jam if you're putting them on the table. So, I don't think there's anything else in CIS that can jam that I know of. Who knows?
Unless one of the relays adds the jam, I don't think so.
Yeah,
There's blue, and blue is just gonna pick up this crate.
Mm-hmm.
Green has no lock on blue, so I think you just pick it up. Purple, blue, wrong order. I don't see how it matters, but okay. Are scenarios good, okay, or bad? That's a tough question to answer at this current time. I almost feel bad for like not liking scenarios as much as other people.
I mean, you should never feel bad about not liking something, and that's also separate from it being good as a tactical game and or good for the game. Like, it could be not fun for you, and they could be not very good for X-Wing's tactical game, and still make it more popular, because that's how the world works.
True. There's the block on the attempted sloop from Grievous. Red's gonna be the next HMP to go. Best part of X-Wing, if you don't like something, it'll be different in 6 months. Well, I'm hoping it's gonna be different in like a much shorter period of time, to be honest. Red with the big 3-turn. And again, you're not seeing these HMPs open their stabilizers because side slips are advanced moves, and if you're carrying a objective, you can't do it. There is a lock, and with the positioning of the probe, you can get anybody on the board except for the gray Inquisitor here. We do still have Dogfight Mondays, and I found those fun last night. It was kind of fun with, like, overpowered lists, it's just like bloodbath. I love it. But that's kind of how we've always played here, It's not like we were, like, super tactical dogfights.
You guys, if you've seen me play on stream, it is hope and a prayer.
Need more Bodica. Those Rebel Fangs, man. They're good. I love that. That's a great read by Tanner there. Just to get Grievous out.
He's not in a great spot, but he can sloop next turn and get back into it and start.
Well, I think you can barrel roll this turn and then just one hard next turn start coming around on the backside here.
Yeah, and I think with Grievous's rerolls that he should start getting online next turn, all these mag pulls, Tanner's got a great opportunity to knock these crates off. So doesn't look great right now, but if he gets the right missiles off on the right targets, he'll be just fine.
It's just getting it through on these Inquisitors that is so hard.
And can you take one of them down? Because Netter's good enough. Like, Netter will easily run away if he can.
Matthew Carey asks, which Andrew is confident? This is not Andrew Lippens, although we will get Andrew Lippens next game playing. Ooh, there's a crit, and you'll love to see it. Oh, that's from the Inquisitor. Not gonna knock anything off, but hey. So green will take 2 shields and a crit. Let's see what this crit is. Weapons failure, that you do love to see if you're Netter. Greg, you need peeps. We're currently all booked for this week, but we do need people next week. And I'm always looking for people to hop on in the room and talk. I didn't answer the question. This is, I don't know your last name. Do you want your last name out there?
Block like a Lego.
Okay. This is Andrew Block. Matthew, it's when we went to the Korean place, he was the one cooking me my dinner. The sexy guy with the mean dog.
That all these things are fact. Greg, I just got a new Tinder match. What do you think the odds are that she's real?
Wait, hold on. It's time for America's favorite game show. Is Greg's Tinder match real? But it's Andrew's this time.
Big difference.
4 dice. Why 4 dice? What am I missing?
I have no idea.
But an Ion Torp shouldn't get 4 dice.
Yeah, this does.
Torp.
Oh yeah, sorry, I think we were missing that.
That's right. DGS has Torps.
Yeah. Yes.
You can get Torps on these things now.
I mean, I put it out to the Discord, but Pro Torp on an HMP is pretty exciting.
Yeah, you just cannot get anything through.
For all the whinging I've heard, especially in person at Cherokee, about the Handmaidens, I think some of these Imperials are going to be tough to deal with, especially in terms of like making a fun, engaging game. Which not here to say anything about Netter or his play. Like, he's playing well, he's clearly engaging, but they don't really need to if you only need to run around for a couple of turns.
Elmo, hello. Hope you're having a nice day. Yeah, I think Imperials are good. I think X1s are god tier, especially at salvage mission. And V1s are also god tier. You can kind of season to your taste here. 2 hits coming in. Teal's gonna take a shield. All that work for 1 drop of blood. Six X1s and Night Beast. Yeah, I mean, that list is incredible, especially in salvage mission. I mean, the X1s are like... They're not like the fastest ships because they don't have great blues, but like... They got moves that can make them compete in all the scenarios, and also, I think they're like god tier in one scenario. How many ships are god tier in one scenario, you know?
Yeah, and there's a lot of good, like, you can put them with a decimator, and if you feel like it's Sloan, or more fun, is it one of the Moths lets you boost, and I think that would be a blast with those X1s. They get to be a lot.
I think that's Moff Jared.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
But you need
And
a
he
carrier for him.
Yeah, he fits easily on a Decimator with Vader
Yeah.
as like the other crew, which I'm not saying it's good, but it does sound like a lot of fun with, 3 or 4, I think it's 3 X1s, a Decimator, and Night Beast.
Yeah. You can also just get 6 X1s and Night Beast and be like, yo, I might lose everything else, but salvage mission is mine.
Yeah, Night Beast is extremely good. I mean, not as good as that stupid Leia carrier in Rebels of Ezra, but Night Beast is still pretty good.
Right. All right, so Netter gained 3 more points there, and 2 points went to Tanner. So this game score is actually 8-5, even though it says 11-7. It is 8-5 Netter. Again, the half points thing has not been solved on TTO. I'm hoping they just add a button to let us do half points or not.
I want to see Tanner just kind of go for these mag pulses and for the crates, because if he gets them back, Netter doesn't Netter's relying on pure luck to crit those crates off. Like I know there's only 1 greed on the HMPs, but only go to 2 die attack, and if you side slip right, you'll get out of those.
Yeah, but you're never gonna get to side slip in this scenario.
Oh, you can't side slip. You can't side slip.
And he really can't afford to drop any points right now. At 8-5, Netter's halfway to victory next turn. He kills 1 ship. That lowers his total down to, from right now he's on pace for a victory by turn 8.
Yeah.
If he kills a ship, that lowers it to turn 6.
I mean, Tanner's got to, I think maybe he's got to go for blue in the corner and try to kill blue.
Yeah.
Let's see, only 4 points for an Inquisitor? That makes sense, yeah. 4 times 5 is 20.
Yep. 4 points for an Inquisitor. But that 4 points would also make him drop an objective, bring you to 2 and 2.
Yeah,
so that's more like a 6-point swing.
I don't think you're getting that objective back, though, even if you move into the corner here.
Yeah, but I think if you're Tanner, you're okay with no objectives being scored. Mm-hmm. Again, everybody, the score is 8-5, not 11-7. Can't add half points yet.
Grievous sloops here and starts getting his rerolls, and he's got a lot better of a chance getting those crits than anyone else on the board. No one's gonna be shooting at him, and even if they do, he's not gonna die.
I think if he sloops here, he doesn't get shots for 2 turns.
2 turns. Yeah.
Tanner has won this road roll all 4 times.
Let's see if we can get to 12. I guess it's never gonna happen again. 12 road rolls in a row.
I don't see this game going 12, but again, as it is right now, Netter wins by round 8. But a ship destruction here could change the course of everything. There's the 1 heart from blue. I think that is a great position. Ooh, okay. So this is a play for Foresight. The Talon roll. Now, purple was not carrying a maneuver, so he's allowed to Talon all he wants. And the 1 hard. All right, so Sloop, if he stays there without... Yeah, okay. Sloop should get a shot there. Netter just forming a box right now. Green currently taking 2 shots. Green is the most damaged HMP, also with weapons failure. The 2 bank from red. That is a really good move.
Mm-hmm.
And red does have Mag Pulse, and I think you have to fire them here.
I think red does not. Red has the torpedoes. Yeah, red has just the ion torps.
Oh, I got the wrong colors and the wrong ships then.
Ooh, I mean, yeah. I don't know what your overlay's looking like, but yeah, the red one that just moved has the ion torps.
So that is a foresight shot that is going to put a hit through onto red. So red should be able to go take a lock now. So red has the dark ones.
Yeah, and I forget the exact HMP loadouts, but I don't think we're seeing much sync cannon use here, and I think if you move maybe the tactical relay over to one of the cannon carriers, Genos and Predators, I think they're called prototypes, and you get a little bit of better punch on red here. But I have to double check Yasby.
Yeah, that should be correctish now. All right, Grievous finally gonna get to do some Grievous things. And one reroll. Spends the focus, 3 hits into the Inquisitor. Shrugs it off like it's nothing, doesn't even have to spend a mod. That's gotta be frustrating.
I will say there's plenty of room for afterburners on these HMPs if you're interested.
Yeah, I think you gotta be interested. Anything to get them a little bit of mobility.
Yeah.
This is like the new reality for objective-based X-Wing, I think. One hit with the force spend and evaded is just the 3 agility. If they get hot defensive dice and you can't put anything through, 3 agility with access to an evade is so valuable now. It's like might be the most valuable thing in the game.
You can fit one of these Geonosian prototypes with sync lasers, Discord missiles, and afterburners for 5 points. You got 1 free point left over, and I think that'd be pretty fun here.
Green, I think you gotta spend. You don't want to take another crit. Avoids that. This is gonna be a range 1 Bangarooski into green. Again, has a force for the mod. And that's gonna be hit, crit, crit. Yeah, Machete, we were talking about it earlier, how probe droids just have no value. Hit, crit, that's a loose stabilizer. Into green. Alright, so I actually have to make green. Loose stabilizer, weapons failure in green. Then red is just down shield. Is into red. 2. Red takes a shield. Man, Netter just, yeah, Netter's taking it to him. I don't know if they've been all that evadey, Johnny. The Inquisitors have been very
Yes.
evadey. He's gonna go after. This is a mistake to me.
Yeah, I mean, blue has more damage on. I'm not sure I follow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he has evade,
also,
but
this is a weapons failure. Yeah, it's not gonna go through there. Netter gets the evade. Again, this is an 8-5 game. We'll do our score after the thing. We're approaching about 30 minutes left in the game, so we're about 45 minutes in. Greg, are you adding the score and round parts of the overlay? Need to prep on my end. No, this is all in the overlay, but the big thing about the overlay is the big thing about the overlay is it's adding half points where there's no half points in games. So that's the thing they gotta fix. Everything else is kind of just options when you make a 2.5 overlay. If you go to the main screen, it gives you an option. There's a crit. Oh, but it's on purple. Purple doesn't have the...
does have a crate, yeah.
You really need to try and make that point come off. Alright, going to purple, range 1 now. There should be... two evades. Yikes. Oh, green's the one with the weapons failure. He's got the green one in front of the yellow, so I've been looking at the yellow one like it's the green thing this whole time. So Netter's gonna pick up 3 more points. Gonna bring him to 11. And 2 more go to Tanner. So it's an 11-7 game. So 3-1-2. Everything on the screen with the overlay is in the overlay option. If you go to the main stream, if you click home on your main thing, you can set up a new 2.5 stream, and then there's options for the rounds. Like you can turn the timer off, turn the rounds on. They have a mission thing if you want it there. But the thing you have to watch out for is, if you see on my screen right now, the game's 14-11. That's because TTO is adding half points when there's no half points in these scenarios. So they just haven't updated that yet. So the score of this game is actually 11-7. But with the half points, it's 14-11, even though that doesn't count. We are entering turn 5. So Netter would win in 3 turns at 11, 14. So next turn 14, next turn 17, next turn. So this game is going to end by turn 7 if Tanner can't do anything here. So Andrew, let me ask you, what do you think a healthy ratio of objective to ship points would be, like ideally? Because my ideal is 100-0. I know it's not going to happen, but like, what's your ideal?
So your ideal for you is you score all your points off ships. Depending upon the matchup in the game, I would say at minimum you should probably be scoring, or maybe I would say maybe like the range of 40 to 60 either way is probably about healthy, with some lists occasionally being able to peak a little higher. But I don't, that feels right. Like, I want to say in an ideal world it should be, I don't know, my gut says like 60. I guess part of my problem is I don't know if I love how many points you score. I think I have said this to you before, but by the end of round 2 you've scored almost definitely 4 points, which is 25%. And you've had one meaningful round of engagement and scored a quarter of your points. I don't like that. And so, yeah, maybe 65% off ships, I think, is probably what I'd prefer.
Yeah, I think.
I think if you had 3 objective points, you would probably accomplish a lot of the same of what they're going for. Obviously, that is literally me speaking completely out of my ass.
Right.
But I agree with you. It feels like a lot too quickly, and not even the engagement is too quick. Just the games end too quickly, and the idea of having an open engagement, a mid game, and an end game, I think is in the same way.
The game isn't fast at all. It's just slow. Like now, we're 50 minutes in, entering round 5, so we're 12 and a half minutes per round right now.
And I don't think it's any different than how it was before in meaningful engagement. And maybe it slows down with more ships on the board. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing, but it does, they've made some comments that the games should finish meaningfully. And I'm not feeling like my games have finished. The board doesn't look like the game is finished, and maybe that's a mindset change for me. But the games, they end in a way where I feel like the game, like I knew the game was ending. It was exciting. It was fun. But I look at the board and I think this dogfight is not over.
One crit through the foresight here, and it's going through on the green. See what that crit is going to be. Fuel leak. So green's worth 5 points. That would put Netter 1 away from victory at the end of this round if he can kill green.
I will say, I think all my games at Cherokee ended with a ship being destroyed, which is expected and probably a positive. But games were usually not ending because you scored 3 objective points and I scored 2. They were ending because I knew you were going to win in 2 turns from now, so I had to make an aggressive move to try to win, and that ends up costing you a ship. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
Right. So I disagree. I think that's really bad. But also, I think the games are ending because they've scored so many objective points that 1 ship is enough to put you over the top.
Yeah, no, I would not disagree with that. There is no end game, and our boy Max in chat, there's no end game like it was before. I feel the same way. And again,
another thing is there's no comebacks now. Like there's no time for you to actually come back and win a game if you get down early.
I don't think I've been in that scenario. I played against 3 big bases, and all those games it became clear that if I kill the big base, I win, and if I don't, I lose. And I mean was plenty true beforehand. But at some point I think I've recognized more often where I realize I have 3 turns and I can't do it. And maybe that was true before, and I just thought I could do it because who knows how the dice are going to roll. But when the objective points are ticking, it really does feel like you can't come back. And again, I don't know whether I could come back from some of these games I thought I could have in 2.0. That could have been my cognitive dissonance saying I can come back when I had no chance. But it feels a lot more like you can't.
I mean, just the math tells you if you're seeding points a turn. Like if you have 1 ship left and you have their whole list left, you're not gonna win that, right? But part of you is okay, well if the dice go 100% my way, I can do it. With objective scenario points, that just isn't the case anymore. Just the math doesn't work out that way. It's really taken away some of this late game drama. I think the late game drama now is going to be if you've managed to get 2 objective points a turn for 7 turns, and then it's a race to kill a ship.
Yeah, and
that's going to be the drama now. And that,
but
I'm not
there
sure
was
that's great.
Yeah, oftentimes 3 acts of early game, mid game, late game, and now there's not 3 acts of a story anymore, and that's sad. Fen Rao, even if the score is your opponent 130 points, all you have is Fen Rao left. They have 4 ships on the board. Fen Rao could somehow do that. and now there's no chance, and you're losing something that I think you're losing something very dramatic and very fun to play in, and I would agree that bums me out a little. Also, hi Nick, I see you in the chat.
Yeah. Also, he's going for the kill on purple here with the 4 dice. Would it be better to go for pink range 3, try to get an objective point off? Maybe not. That's a good roll. It's a good roll. Spends the focus. And purple will take 2. I think it's going to be a dead purple. Yeah? Yes, purple dies. Does that get him back in the game? That is 4 points.
I feel like it does. We'll see. I think he needs to pop off a box or 2 here. Not this turn, he won't be able to, but maybe not next turn. Who knows? It's just 1 crit you need. You just need that 1 crit.
Just do that 1 crit. I mean, it's kind of on green here with a weapons failure to get this crit through, get himself back in.
Yeah, Max saying feels like games end too suddenly. I almost have the opposite feeling, like games are going to end and you're on a clock. Not the timer clock or the round clock. You are on the objective points clock, and I've not enjoyed that feeling so far. And again, I've played a lot against a lot of 3 green dice and a lot of big bases, where clearly what you have to do, and you may recognize you don't have enough turns to do it. And this may be part of us learning how to play better. It may mean you need to play more aggressively in some instances, or even more defensively in some instances. But right now, that doesn't always feel the best.
Grievous gets the reroll from being outside of the arc and gets the evade. This is going to be a shot now onto red. Have to avoid this crit. You have to. You can't, though. You're going to cede this point. I agree with Andrew. You have a calculate. Do you have anything you can do? You're gonna have to drop the objective. That is a killer. That is an absolute killer. I think that seals it. The objective gets picked up.
You don't have anything I can get to it either. Or can yellow get to it? Oh, yellow already has one. Yeah.
It's a stunned pilot.
Yeah, because blue was gonna 5 straight and run away, so you're not gonna have any good chance to knock anyone else out here.
I kind of agree with Andrew. I don't think games are ending suddenly. I think I'm knowing they're over like 3 turns in advance, and I'm just going through the motions.
And I'd love to hear because I'm sure they play tested different objective numbers. I'd love to hear why they picked 5 as opposed to 3. And maybe honestly, there's a solve in half point somewhere or even just like costing out some of this 3 green dice. But right now, like, I mean, either side has a chance here, but Netter's advantage is just that he can run away with the objectives.
Right.
Which, again, you could have run away before, but it's a ticking time bomb of that loss is coming.
1 reroll. This is the HMP. No mod there, so just 1 crit coming in. And does have the evade token. Spends it, takes nothing. And we should have two more shots, right? Yeah, 2 more shots. Netter's had this the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's won the road roll every turn. All right.
Maybe your stream dice are rigged, Greg, because this seems to happen a lot here.
Yeah. Well. Oh, that's a crit. This is good news. This is good news. This could be huge.
Only blanks.
There it is. There it is. Grace taking shields, and we'll have to drop the objective.
And I'll say this is why this is my favorite objective, because that 1 in 8 crit keeps it a little more exciting than one would think in the past.
Okay. This is a big shot. This is weapons failure. That's 1 hit. Get a reroll. Stays 1 hit. Ugh. 1 evade. All right, so that is 2 objective points to 1. And that means it is a 13-12 game now. Getting that extra point off the board was huge for Tanner.
Mm-hmm.
So Netter's probably picking up 1 more next turn.
Yeah. But that also means, you know, Grievous should get maybe even a range 1 if you play as smart here.
Well,
I think you probably need to
if you one hard with teal, you can pick it up, and then 1 hard with pink the other way. That
You
kind of
make
cuts
one.
Grievous
Yeah.
off. Green has to go straight or get a damage. And green also has to pick up that objective. Like, you pretty much don't have a choice. You have to do that. Again, this game is 13-12. You gotta take out all the half points. We're entering turn 6. This might actually go to like turn 8 or so.
I almost wonder, do you have, this may be irresponsible, but do you have Grievous chase blue?
Can you even get to blue?
I don't think, I mean, I think a three bank boost, maybe?
I think you gotta try and get teal, because teal's likely the one to pick up the
Yeah.
objective. You gotta try to shoot it off.
And Teal's,
Max.
I mean, you're going to have Teal's arc too.
Max, what do you mean angering MOV? MOV doesn't exist anymore. How much time left on the random hidden timer? Yeah, well. Alright, Max. You goof. You goof. I think that's silly. That's so silly. Whatever.
I guess I feel like there's no stakes in X-Wing, so it doesn't really need that much competitive balance. Like, I don't know anything about real competitive gaming, so I don't know if that random timer will be useful or not to prevent certain negative behaviors at the end of a game. But all you're winning is prizes. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing on the line. I don't get people.
I
don't
feel
get
like people who like would use the timer like that, I'm like, none of those are people I want to be associated with to begin with. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we have a lot of internal griping, but when it comes to like playing on a board, I've rarely met someone who's a dick. Up to nothing. Good evening. How are you? After this match, we're gonna give away a couple cards. We got this Plo Koon. Wait, ready for it? Zoom in. Plo Koon. It's a double-sided with the Colossus Station mechanic. And then we've got this Darth Vader. And that's double-sided with supernatural reflexes. So one side's banned, but the other side's cool. That's to see if Tanner goes the whole game with Road.
Only on Nickel City X-Wing can you not win the road roll the entire game.
I'm not sure he wants to. I was okay until I saw 5 Inquisitors on the table again. Yeah, you and me both, bud. Did he not pick that up? Oh, he fixed loose stabilizer. He didn't pick up the objective.
Well, yeah, that's not a good call.
Oh, is yellow gonna do it? Is that what's maybe happening?
You already got one.
Oh, he can't.
Is he trying to
Andrew,
block Gray from getting it?
So is he going? So Gray is shields down. If he's trying to block Gray, maybe he's thinking Red can finish Gray.
Ooh, this could be a big brave move that we didn't understand.
Does get the chance to take that red focus. So does Grievous one hard right? Is he all in on this?
I would be in awe of him if he pulled that off.
I mean, it would be a big move. Big moves get big prizes. There's the one heart from blue. Boost right focus. Does that put you too far in front of the rock? Matthew Carey says, I've not made it past round 6. I haven't either. All my games have ended at turn 6 or below. But I think this one has the potential to go to like round 8. Yep, there's the boost focus. There is the one hard from Teal and going to pick up the objective. And the one hard from Pink.
I think if he takes out green here, the game's over at the end of the turn.
Alright, so this is what kind of munitions? Ion torpedoes, just ion torpedoes. And we're going to get, before that even happens, we're getting a foresight trigger. One. Red. Let's find that evade, Red. Let's say not today, sir. Yeah, Walrus of Doom. You're saying Hexiled had a game go all the way to 12 earlier in his chance encounter. I'm not sure that's
I don't
trying
quite
to
think
make.
that. Yeah.
The dogfights are fun. I do like the dogfight. If anything, this has just made me appreciate dogfights.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a snapshot on the Grievous. Grievous should get a reroll here. 3 big chances at an evade. Finds it. And Grievous is going to get that objective. And I'm a little confused. If the plan is to kill things, then why not one hard Grievous to get that extra shot?
Yeah.
Shot one more.
I'm not sure the plan, but I think, you know, if green dies, the game is over. So obviously Grievous can't just go for gray.
Right. I just don't think, like, who has a shot on green? Green's all the way up the top there.
Too far. Yeah. I mean, he may, you know, you never know. I thought blue was going to run away with this.
Also, for the first time this game, we're seeing the stabilizers open on green.
Mm-hmm.
And Grievous, I think Grievous is going after Teal to try and get that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Grievous gets the first shots here. Teal is down 1 shield, so it's not out of the realm of possibility to kill him. He doesn't have.
Rerolls.
He has
Yeah.
no mods.
You get a crit off here, and I think you can turn this game around, even if you don't kill him.
Okay. All right.
Praying for a crit.
Gets that reroll.
Still pretty good.
Oh, okay. 4. Well, if he dies, it's fine. 1, 2. Oh no! Why,
course.
God? Why? Why do you punish us from having nice things? 1 shield. That's all you get. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, this game is 12 for Tanner, 13 for Netter. TCO hasn't taken out the half points yet for ships. Here's a foresight shot into red. 1 hit. 1 evade. Okay, red. I'm rooting for the comeback here because I want to see it. I haven't seen a comeback in scenario play yet. So, like, I want it to happen. 3 dice into Greavy. Hit, crit. Grievous has a focus, so hit, crit going in. Nothing you can do about the hit, but if the crit is a ship one, can Impervium. It is a ship, and Impervium will make it go night-night. Blue now has Grievous range 1. I assume that's what you're still going to do. Yellow is pretty healthy. Yep, into Grievous. Grievous should get a reroll on defense. Hit, crit, another. But you maybe don't even want the crits. Grievous gets the 1 reroll. So another hit, crit. So 1 hit guaranteed. And we'll see what that crit is. It's a ship! Impervium paying off! Love Impervium. Great upgrade. Into Grievous, 2v2. Spends the force for hit crit. Nothing you can do about this crit. Let's see, Grievous. Let's see those evades. 1, 2!
Yeah.
Grievous! Grievous, you sweet, salty son of a gun! Red now. Can Tanner complete the well, I don't know about complete. Can Tanner get the comeback? Red. Ion torpedo into silver. Two rerolls. You'll need them both. That's 3 hits. You should at least get a damage through, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Damage ion. Let's go. Silver down to 1 and ionized. Range 0 for a kill. Range 0. 1 hit. You need all blanks for it to go through. You won't get it. Does it go over the rock? No, not even close. Not even close. Wish though, right? That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at the end of that round, 3 more objective points go to Netter. He's up to 16. 1 objective point goes to Tanner. He's at 9 objective points, plus 4 from 1 Inquisitor. So that's 13. So it is a 16 to 13 game. Again, don't pay attention to what the screen says. The screen is wrong. We're entering turn 7. And we're about 1 minute from the 75-minute clock. So we're averaging over 10 minutes a turn right now, which is a bad average. that's a slow average compared to what we're used to, but that's all right. You can do.
Is that, and maybe someone in the comments, is that slow for a tournament game?
In person is a little slower than TTS, but that's slow. I think tournament games were averaging 9 to 10 turns in the 75 minutes, so that's like a 7-minute average or so. And you got to assume if it's 10 minutes here, you got to add a couple for real life too, because
Yeah.
auto blocks and stuff save a lot of time.
Is there anything Tanner can do to save green here? I guess he's got hull upgrade, so he's got
So
two
green
more
is gonna side slip.
not to get him far, but
Green should have 3 health, I think.
I think he has 2 left. He's got 4 cards out, 5 hull and an upgrade, so he's got 2 left.
Okay, so green's got 2 left. That's correct. So I imagine it's going to be a side slip to the right, like right forward, so that it goes, so that he's facing left. His arc's facing left. I think if Pink goes fast right now, Pink can kind of get in on it and get behind him for next turn. Keep in mind, he also has weapons failure, so whatever he's firing is not going to be like a great shot. In red, gosh, you really want to get red in position to shoot silver, right? But you kind of need that objective. And this is where the game gets a little hairy to me. Do you prioritize the kill or do you prioritize the objective? The game is telling you right now that you have to prioritize the objective or you're going to lose. So it's almost incentive for the red HMP here to kind of disengage on red.
But Netter
Unless-
can't get that objective, right? Like if Gray won forward, he's Ion, he can't pick it up anyways.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything Netter can do that can get that objective because he doesn't have. All 3 of his other ships have objectives, so they can't pick it up. But Netter also knows that in 2 turns he wins.
Yes.
So like if Netter really wants to, you like 5 forward pink, 1 hard teal, 1 hard blue, start running away for 2 turns, and this game's over.
I almost wonder if you sloop Grievous, hard turn red, and just try to take out teal. Although I guess you really want to get gray too. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, you can actually afford to lose.
One of them.
You can lose gray, and if you just hold these 3 for 2 turns. So, what the game is telling Netter right now is that if Netter wanted to win at all costs, he should run for 2 turns.
Yeah. Again, that's not different than 2.0 X-Wing.
It kind of is.
I don't think so. I mean, if you're up on points and you're Kylo, you're Von Reg, they're just gonna run.
I mean, it's definitely happened before, so sure. It's not like it's
Probably
never
more
happened.
common now, but yeah.
Yellow and yellows. I don't know what yellow's really trying to do here. If you barrel roll, does it get you a shot? I don't think it does. So that's maybe targeting teal. Yeah, this is the first turn where Tanner's had the initiative. Again, this is a 16 to 13 game. 16 16 to 13. Oh, no. You're going to have to roll for damage.
Oh.
It's an unforced error, and you don't get to pick up the objective. Gosh, you would love to barrel roll here, but you can't because you bump Gray. Gray will have to roll over the cloud. That will break all locks. Give a strain. And we'll have to roll for the ion. And you still get your action. Take the red focus. Strain. Did he roll? Yep, he rolled 1, got nothing, so no ion. Blue, turning away. I think you'd probably stay there. Yep, just stay there. So with the evade. Force evade on defense seems good. There is the 1 forward. Clears everything. We'll get to focus. And Grievous with the bump. We'll take the red focus. Okay, Grievous. Range 1, or not range 0. Only 1. Blue guaranteed to not take anything here. Gets the evade anyway for good measure. The red HMP. You gotta try to kill Silver, right? That's 4 points. Yeah. Tagging it to Silver. Silver's down to 1. A kill here would be 4 points, bring it to 17. Only 1. Get the reroll. Oh, it stays 1. Tips over. Silver. All the evades. Well, Tanner's made a good run of it, but I think that means time is over here. 3 dice into Grievous. Hit, crit. Grievous will get a reroll. Still has their focus. Natties. Let's go. Good game for defensive dice. Hank. Go into red. Just 1. Surprised he didn't go into yellow there. If you can make him drop the objective point. Red gets that evade. Teal going into green. Green sitting at 2. This is a bit of a long shot, but it instantly ends the game. 2 hits. There it is. That 5 points is going to put Netter over the top. I do want them to kind of finish the round so I can get full. Green is an I2, so that's an initiative kill. Red's an I3. So yellow, last shot here. Can you make them drop the thing just for fun?
If you believe in yourself.
One hit. That won't do anything. Okay, so Netter will score 3 more points. So that brings Netter up to 19 scenario points, 5 ship points. Let me write this down. This was salvage. Rounds were 7. Time, at least 80. Winner was Netter. Total points, 26. And then what did I just say he got on scenario points? 19? No, total points were 25? No, 24. God, do math, Greg. 19 objective points, 5 ship points. Loser was Tanner. He gets 1 more point here. So he had 10 scenario points and 4 ship points. 14, 10, 4. And the winner had first initiative. GG's. Water us with your stats. Right now, the stats don't look good, to be honest. 19 to 5 is 80% objective points, which I think almost everyone agrees is terrible.
Yeah, and for me, it's like the lack of half points that makes that feel bad. Like the game is closer than the score indicates. I don't know.
Yeah, so that is a 24 to 14 win for Netter. And now, let's give away some stuff. As you get in the chat so you can win some stuff. Where is my giveaway? Oh, chatting. There we go.